Hey everybody, I'm Mark, and today we are out at our beautiful fountain park right across from our offices, and we are going to take the chance today and use this opportunity to demonstrate and show how the new EO range with tracking assistant works. There's two different modes that you can use. One is the easier and I guess better way to do it, but it only works if you have cell phones coverage in the area that you're hunting, which a lot of the times doesn't happen. If you don't have cell phone coverage, you're going to use the directional, left, rights, or forward, backwards in the binocular, and that's what we're going to be demonstrating today. If you do have cell phone coverage, it basically just turns your phone into a compass that tells you walk 450 yards that way, turn left, turn right. It's extremely easy to use. So we have a big park that we can use. We can use as many points or that are as far or as close as we want to. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to range a couple times in the general area of where I want to be heading. And then I'm going to turn on the Bluetooth on the binocular until my little blue light turns on at the bottom here. Take my app and click Get Measurements after it's connected. There it goes. All right, so now I've got the last three measurements that I measured with my EO range displayed on the screen. I can pick measurement 1, 2, or 3. All I got to do is click it. It starts to automatically detect my location with GPS. If I have cell phone coverage, automatically starts to detect that. I can either choose the automatic GPS positioning, or I can click manual, and I can actually move my position around on the map and place it. If it's just a little bit off, I can place it. So I'll click manual, I'll change it a little bit there, then I'll click set start point. Now, after I've done that, it displays my start point and it draws a direct line to my last measurement. And just looking at it on the screen here, I ranged a couple trees that were 595 across the lake here. It looks like it dropped the pin about 15 to 20 yards to the left. So already extremely accurate. And if this had hills in between, and any sort of topography, just starting on a straight line, walking up hills and thinking like, oh yeah, it was that direction, it's that tree. Walking down a hill, veering a little bit left, over 600 yards, you're going to be off more than 15 yards once you get to the point. So just using this right here is going to get you into a very, very close general area that will help in a ton of situations. We were just talking about it. In the last 2 or 3 years, I could think of 4 or 5 situations where I know where I shot the deer, I know where it is, but I'm still going to use this because I always end up over a 600-yard hike. I'm going to end up about maybe even 100 yards offline if I'm not being extremely diligent with checking my line. So this feature right here with cell phone coverage is going to be used constantly if I can. Now, we are going to demonstrate the compass and the tracking assistant inside the binoculars. This is probably what most people are going to be using in a lot of our, at least Western hunting situations. You don't have cell phone coverage, but you have GPS and you have your phone with you, so you can at least use the app and use this binocular to get you pretty dang close to a deer or whatever that you're 700 yards or however far away from. Over hills, and over mountains and wherever you want to go. This should be pretty cool. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have Chris, my dad, range something across the lake. I'm not going to look at what he's ranging. I'm not going to know anything about where and what he's ranging. I'm going to turn around and close my eyes. Then he is going to set up the binoculars for me, and I'm going to take off on a little jaunt, and all I'm going to have is this binocular. I won't have the app, so I won't have the GPS or the satellite coordinates, and it won't be that easy. I'm not going to make it that easy on myself. All I'm going to have is the binoculars. I'm going to start walking, and what I'm going to do is range back at our start point, which is right here, and that is going to tell me 50 yards left, and you've still got 450 yards to go. And I'm just going to keep going until I get to 0 and 0, and it tells me I'm at the exact spot, and then we're going to go ahead and check the exact spot that was ranged and the exact spot that it told me to go, and see about how far we are away, and see if we could see if we could glance around and see a dead deer on the ground if we've, if we were in a hunting situation. So let's go ahead and get started.
All you have to do is start walking and then
range. Okay, you guys stay in this general vicinity so I can use this beacon of orange. Oh, look at that.
There, look at that button.
Look at that button. Get that product placement. Get that product placement. So all I do is just range. Joe, all I do is just range back at you guys.
Yep.
Okay, we'll figure it out. All right. You don't have to film the entire time. So I need to go. Okay, it says 293 yards that direction. And it looks like 109 yards that direction. So let's see here. We're duck hunting. Oh, so it looks like we're directly on line. So it says 0, it's like bounces back between like 0 to 4 yards left and right. We got 156 yards to go. Okay, so we're still on line. It says 68 to about 80 yards this direction. All right, so I'm 6 yards, I guess north-south, we'll call it that. 6 yards away, distance-wise. It says I'm 38 yards to the right. So I'm thinking it's in this general vicinity. 38 yards, I mean, is a very small margin. So if he actually did range that tree, if it got me 38 yards to that tree, then, I mean, that's pretty dang good. Because, I mean, what you're hoping for, and they've said this, it's a tracking assistant. They're not saying it's gonna drop a pin, directly on a point or directly on a dead deer and you're just gonna walk up to it and be like, yep, it's right in front of my feet and it says 0, 0. It's probably not gonna be happening. But we're hoping is what happens is it gets you within a vicinity, you pick a landmark and it gets you close enough to that landmark that you can say, okay, it got me within 40 yards of where I needed to go. Oh look, there's my tree. That's the tree I was looking for. That's the spot I was looking for, and then you can head right for it. Instead of being unsure about if you're in the right spot, and you're actually 140 yards away and you're completely messed up. It'll give you more confidence in your directional and your tracking. So let's see if we can range them from somewhere in here. I don't think we can see them from in here. Oh yeah, I can. All right, so this is about where it told me to go.
What are you guys mapping out?
Basically what this does, if I range something across 600 yards away and start walking, this will guide me into that exact spot that I ranged.
What if you don't have GPS and you're out in the hills and you're hunting or something?
You can just use the binocular. All I have to do, I don't even have to have my phone with me. I range something, I go into the menu in here.
It'll save it. You could walk around a whole gully or something and get right back to that point.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
It's a super cool. Yeah, it's a super cool. They're brand new. So they literally just came out last week.
All right,
yeah, but they're available. Absolutely.
What's
Outdoors.
your name?
Mine's name's Mark.
And you guys are right up there then?
Just right there, right across the street from Phil's Filling Station. You'll see our sign up on the building, Outdoorsmans.
Stop by.
Absolutely.
Right, see you guys.
Absolutely. All right. I think we sold one. I think so. Back to our tracking. Guy was really nice. Back to our tracking. It's telling me I'm within a very, very decent margin here. So it keeps telling me about 3 yards further, then 0 yards further, and then like 5 yards to the right, and then sometimes 0 yards to the right. So we're in this very, very small circle of where he ranged. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ring this guy. All right, so it's telling me I'm at the spot, and I hope it's right. So, yeah. Okay, so like just directly to my left over here? Yeah, okay. I mean, that's within, because it's still telling me to go about 10 yards to my left. So, yeah, so I mean, let's see if I can do this little chicken wing tracking thing here. Aha. All right, perfect. Actually, it's telling me right now, I just got a good range on it. It's telling me 8 yards further and 43 yards to the left. So I mean, that'll put me dead on. All right, very cool. Well, it got me pretty dang close. All right, you are relieved of your duties. All right, appreciate it. Bye. Thanks. All right, so like we said, I think this is definitely going to be a feature that you need to play with it, especially when you're in the field. Range a ton. Like when you actually are using the tracking assistant, you need to be ranging a lot while you're getting close. You need to be, because I mean, GPS coordinates on this, we can't expect them to, like I said, drop a pin within 5 feet of something. I mean, that's extremely impressive. So I ranged a couple times up there and it was telling me like 6 yards, I need to go 6 or 12 yards to the left. And then I moved a little bit and it got a little bit better GPS service or something, and it said about 43 yards to the left, which puts us right underneath this tree, which is the tree that he ranged. So we are, let's see what it gives me now. Yep, so it's telling me to go about 20 yards back to my right. So again, it guided me in to this area, which I had no idea where in the park he ranged. And it guided me into an area that I can start at least searching for something that's on the ground. If I don't already have a landmark that I'm like, okay, nope, he's right underneath that tree. It got me to that tree. So I'm thoroughly impressed. This worked, I mean, way better than I thought it was going to, and it was pretty dang reliable. It's fast. Like every time I press that button, it's giving me, boom, left, keep going. It's very easy to use. And literally all you have to do is just point it back to where you came from and click the range button. There's nothing complicated about it. Getting into that tracking assistant, all I do is range where I need to go into my menu, select through the last 3 ranges, select the range that I want, say it's 550 yards, I know that that was my range that I wanted to go to, and click track on. And that's literally it. I mean, it takes 5 or 6 clicks to get tracking assistant turned on, and you take off. I mean, it's not a complicated service. The cell phone app is even easier. I mean, it just drops a pin and tells you, you just pull up a compass and you just start walking. I mean, it's got a little arrow on there. It says, just keep going that direction. You've got 450 yards left, and it just walks you right in here. So I hope you guys kind of got a little gist of what the EO range with tracking assistant can do. I know we're obviously not out in the hills. This is the most wilderness we've got within 100 yards of our office. So sorry we couldn't take you out into our real mountains out here in Arizona, but this gives you the general idea of what this binocular is capable of doing and how that can supplement your hunting and your tactics while you're out in the field. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions on the EO range with tracking assistant, the new DS from Swarovski, or any optics related questions, tripods, backpacks, anything you guys need, give us a call at 1-800-291-8065 or visit us online at outdoorsmans.com. Thanks guys.